I know you've heard it said that two heads are better than one, and in my way of thinking, then three heads are better than two, and certainly four heads are better than three. Anyways, you get the point. Listen, I'm talking today about partnerships, and a question that comes up all the time. I bet I get it once a month at least, and sometimes more than once a month, is should I form a partnership? And I get that obviously from people who are thinking about a partnership or wondering about the different structures and how to go about launching a new business, or even about how to grow a business. Maybe bringing on a partner. I mean, we all know that law firms, they always talk about partnerships. You hear that all the time, partnerships. So are two heads better than one? And we're going to talk about that next here on Over 50 TV. Partnerships. I have some experience in this area. Actually, I have quite a bit of experience in this area. When people form partnerships, I mean, some of the most common reasons that they form a partnership is because they're looking for someone who has complementary skills. Nothing can beat having someone who can fill in areas that you're not strong at, or that they're even stronger than you are at. So complementary skills is a great reason to have a partnership. Another reason people form partnerships with another person is because what they're doing is they're looking for someone to share the risk, but they're also looking for someone who can contribute to the startup cost. And those are some good reasons to form a partnership. But here's the catch. Statistics show that over 70% of partnerships fail. And what I'm going to do now is talk to you about about 5 common reasons that partnerships fail. And a lot of these are things that I've seen in my career, and even talking to other people who have partnerships, and they bring up some of these things, the common reasons why a partnership will fail. I think one of the most common reasons that a partnership isn't successful or ultimately successful is because people will form a partnership and they'll have that partnership with a family member or a friend. And these are people which it's understandable to form a partnership with because they're people that you know, or at least you believe you know. They're people that you know you can trust. There's someone that you've known for a long time, you've got a relationship with, so you think, oh, this is going to be easy. I'll form a partnership with my brother, or maybe with my sister, or bring on my uncle or my aunt, and they'll be my partner. But here's the problem, and it's pretty obvious, is that people form partnerships with family members or friends. They form a partnership and there's really no separation. They can't have a separation between business and personal. All they do, or what happens frequently, is that they're in the day-to-day, they're working day-to-day, and something comes up that's outside the sphere of business. It's something personal, so they got to address that. Now, if you were in a partnership with someone who wasn't a family member, very rarely would there be any way that you'd be talking to somebody about a personal problem. I'm not saying that you wouldn't talk to them, but I'm saying is it wouldn't have the impact on the business that it would have if you're working with or talking to a family member or a friend. So one of the common reasons that partnerships fail is when you have a partnership with a family member or a friend. Now, here's another reason that partnerships fail. It's an unequal commitment to the business. You've got two partners. One of them sees this business as their life. They love it, they want to build it, they want to grow it. But then you've got another partner, and that partner just sees it as a means to an end. Come in every day, do your job. I don't have a boss, or he doesn't have a boss, or she doesn't have a boss. They're their own boss. So they come in, they do their job. They're at 5 o'clock, or let's say 5:05, they're out the door. But then you've got the other partner who sees this as his life or her life, and they're staying and they're working and they're building. So this unequal commitment to the partnership can lead to conflict, and obviously can lead to resentment. So it's a common reason that partnerships fail. It's why I always recommend, and you've heard this I know many times, is before you start in a partnership, get a partnership agreement. Write down, at least make a point of writing down what each person's going to do and how much time they're going to spend. If you're talking to someone in the beginning and you want to make them a partner or be a partner with them, and they say, hey Lou, I'm going to be there from 8 to 5, but that's it. Well, you know what? What if something happens in that business during its growth stage, or maybe during a downtime, where that person's needed? They need to be there more, but they've already told you that they're leaving at 5 o'clock. What are you going to do? So it's an unequal commitment to the business, and you need to understand, you should understand, that can lead to a lot of conflict, as I said, personal resentment, so you want to avoid that at all costs. Here's another reason partnerships are not successful, not ultimately successful. When the business is going through a rough patch, say there's no sales or very little sales, revenue isn't enough to meet the expenses, so now there's stress, there's pressure. Now you're worried. Their psychological pressure can just be just like a heavy rock that's sitting on your head. So that is an issue when the business isn't successful, when there's a lack of success, and now you're worried. So now you got partners that are now they're butting heads. Now they're pointing fingers. Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? Look what's going on. And when that lack of success, when that goes into your home life, when you go home and you think, I don't have the money to pay the mortgage, or I don't have the money to make the car payment, or I don't have the money to buy food or put food on the table, that stress, that lack of success in a business is a huge reason why a partnership will fail. Because a partnership, like any business, it takes time to build, it takes time to develop. You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. That's common. But a lack of success and a lack of understanding that there will be tough times and tough periods, or a lack of accepting that there will be tough times and tough periods, is a major reason that partnerships can fail. Here's another reason partnerships fail. I call it differing vision. When you have two partners and or multiple partners, and each partner sees the long-term goals as different from yours, that can lead to major problems. And I'm going to give you an example. I started a business quite a number of years ago, and we started from nothing. I started the business from nothing, brought in a couple partners. We started building the business slowly. And over time, I saw that there were lots of opportunity to grow the business and really expand it beyond the market that we were in. But almost every single day that I went in and I talked to one of my partners, we argued. It was a yelling match. It was stressful. It was a time that I remember clearly, or it was the first time I can remember where I wasn't feeling positive. I was thinking, oh my goodness, we've got a business here that can grow. But the partner that I had at that time, he didn't want the risk. He was always worried about what could happen. Eventually, he came around. Eventually, we did grow the business and expanded it and did multiple $1 million worth of sales. But in the beginning, it was very rough. His vision for the business was different from mine. It was a first business, I believe it was the first business he'd ever been in. It was not my first business. So I knew and had a better understanding of it. And through patience, we were able to work together and grow that business. But our values, our vision was different in the beginning, and that can cause a lot of problems with a business owner, with two business owners, or multiple business owners. So that is a very good reason, one of the reasons that a business can fail. Now, I'm going to give you one more reason, and there's probably plenty more. As a matter of fact, I know there are plenty more. But I'm going to give you one more of the common reasons why a partnership will fail. And it's a simple reason, and it's a personality clash. It's a clash of personalities between partners. And you could have two partners, and the personality clashes. You could have 3 or 4, and maybe all of them are clashing with, the personalities clash, or maybe just a couple. But either way, personality clashes is a common reason why businesses will fail. And the best way to illustrate this is to give you an example. I actually had a meeting with a partner in a business, and he was telling me how his partner, every time he tried to talk to him, his partner kind of just got quiet and didn't want to talk and didn't want to say anything. Now, the partner I was speaking to is a boisterous guy. He's energetic. He's full of enthusiasm. But, when the business started getting in a rough patch, a rough period, he tried to talk to his partner and his partner wouldn't talk. There was definitely a personality clash there. They are both two different people, and the business suffered greatly because of the personality clash. And I'm sure there are lots of other types of personality clashes that can occur. But when two partners can't communicate, when they can't talk, when they have different goals, when they have different ways of doing things, and then one partner resents the other partner for whatever reason, the personality clash can destroy a business. So that to me is one of the more severe reasons why a business partnership can fail, is a personality clash. And you may not see it in the beginning. It may take a few months, it may take a year, it could take longer for that personality to come through. Now, it probably will come out sooner, but certain things can prod it, certain things can make a person change their personality, change the way they see things, change the way they do things. But a personality clash is certainly one of the major reasons why, one of the common reasons why a business partnership can fail. Now, I've just given you 5 reasons why a business partnership can fail. They're all major, or I should say common reasons why a partnership isn't successful or ultimately successful. There are, as I mentioned previously, there are other reasons, but those are the most common reasons. And to me, they're things that can be addressed, that they can be fixed if in the beginning you sit down and you put together a comprehensive partnership agreement. Now, not all of them can be addressed in the partnership agreement. And again, I suggest, and I strongly suggest, that every 3 months or no later than every 6 months that you sit down with that partnership agreement. In front of you is going to be your partner. You go over the agreement, you look at it together, you see, am I meeting your expectations? The partner should say, am I meeting your expectations? And together you can work out or work through any problems that you have, but you need to have communication. If you do have, as I mentioned, a personality clash where a partner won't talk, that's almost a death sentence to a partnership. But the way that I have found, the way that I suggest when I speak to business owners who have a partner, is open communication at all times. Always have open communication. And if you have that, I believe you can get through most rough patches. This is Lou Reyes with Over 50 TV, where we provide business and career advice to people over 50.